Alright guys, welcome back. So this is going to be a Felmyst 3 update video. Recently, Gummy released a couple of videos going through some of the things that are going to be in his server. I pinpointed out a few of his points and I'm going to bring them to you as an update video. So, the first things first, I want to talk about something I said in my previous video, which is the What is Felmyst video, where originally, he said he wanted his seasonal server to last half a year, so I said 6 months. Turns out that is wrong, and he said he wanted to be a little bit more than half a year, so he did come out and say it's gonna be 8 to 9 months, that this is gonna be a seasonal server. Now, besides that, he did say where he plans on hosting it. So, most servers like to host in Europe. He might host it in Europe, but if he can, he would like to host it in Canada. And the reasoning for that is because he wants it to be a primarily English realm, which if it's hosted in Canada, at least in the Northern American area, it is far more likely to get American players than European players. I don't think that's true at all because I play on European hosted servers all the time and they are primarily English servers. So I'm not sure what the logic behind that versus Europe is, but anyway, he does plan on roughly an August release, or at least after the classic hardcore launches. And if you want, you can make an account right now for his server. Not only that, if you played on Felmyst 2, all of your characters will be recovered, but they will be on a second realm as to not conflict with the new players on Felmyst 3. Now for the server itself, he did say he's planning on fixing a lot of stuff that's going to be for the PvE and PvP aspects of the server. First of all, he talked about fixing how raids work in terms of mechanics and stats. Healers heal too much on classic servers and on current private servers, so he's going to be adjusting numbers for healers as well as tanks. But not just that, the mechanics of bosses are also not scripted properly. He went into the example of Leothorus in the Serpent Shrine Cavern one. First of all, boss mechanics in general are not as punishing as they should be. And second of all, a lot of the mechanics are coded incorrectly. The example he gave was the chase ability that Leothorus does. In most private servers, they scripted it to chase a player, when really he should be just heading in a general direction that has a lot of players. So, he's fixing it up to act as if it was supposed to back in the day. And he will be doing that for all of the various raid bosses throughout the tiers. Any bugs and glitches that he could find that were on Classic or on other private servers, he went ahead and fixed, including ones that were in the live game, but were generally a patch-related bug that was fixed later. He's going to go ahead and fix those from the start. He then talked about the PvP aspects. Now, I'm not really big on PvP, so a lot of it kind of went over my head, but the gist of it is that he says for the arenas, typically PvE gear is better than PvP gear, so to help with that, at least for the launch, he plans on having the PvP gear be the patch 2.1 stats, with the exception of weapons, because weapons are already very highly stat. So that will help give them a boost and make them more on par with the PvE gear, so you don't have to feel like you have to go and get PvE gear for PvP. And the honor grind for honor related blue armor is typically a lot longer in terms of the grind, so he reduced it since this is going to be a seasonal server and there's no point for you to be farming it out for half a year. So he wants it to be a little bit quicker to get into the arenas to go and try to get the purple gear. And the last thing that he talked about was the spell batching. So spell batching will exist on this server. However, it's going to be a little bit faster than it was on Classic, so it doesn't feel as laggy, but it will replicate footage from the TBC era. He's been testing it on his server, and he says that it feels really good how he has it right now, so that's always good to know. Anyway, this is just a quick update video on the Felmyst server for any of you that subscribed or are interested in the Felmyst server. There you go. Anyway, I'll bring you more updates as they come out. I also follow TurtleWow, I also follow Azeroth at War, Project Epoch, Dusthaven, all these other servers. So if you want to hear news and updates, please subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time.